hand wins the toss and chooses to defer.
Never did get it.
The other captain for hand is Mark Punzel. And Bears will receive. The officials for tonight's game, the referee is Bill Slater. The umpire is Randy Vegas. The linesman is Frank Tiska. The linesman is Joe Gentile. The back judge is Russ.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the lightning's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of
Good evening for Madison Public Television and Daniel Hand High School Tiger football. This is Kent Sprague with Frank Tordoff beside me, and we're going to Game 5 of the 2003 season against Shelton. Game is played at Derby. Welcome back, Frank. Either you or I've been gone for the last 3 or 4 weeks. We appreciate Tom Banish ably helping out a little bit while you were gone and while I was gone. But we got a big game here tonight.
We certainly do. It's going to be very, very telling for both teams. Shelton obviously wanting to keep their hopes alive for the tournament, and Hand right now is in pretty good shape, being undefeated.
Kicking off down to the 15.
And this is their big gun.
Clear across the 40. Good return by Shelton.
Joe Sinaki, that was the one who received the kick that time. He's their big gun, the one that's highly touted as far as the state goes right now, highest scorer in the state. And he received it. He's their tailback and also kicker. And you can see that he did take the ball up that time, got a good starting position.
Hand comes into this game at 4-0. Shelton comes in at 3-1. Their only loss was a close game against the powerhouse of West Haven. So this should be a very interesting game.
Must remember
two winning programs here.
The Shelton is an L school, and of course Hand a medium school. So right off the bat, there you have Zanarki. About an 8-yarder.
Okay, that's a gain of 7 or 8 yards.
Always have a tough competition. We play the Shelton Gales out here, Kent. No matter where we play them.
Almost 8 yards. And we're playing in Derby because the Shelton field is being renovated. Is that correct?
That's right. Yes, they're putting down one of the newer type artificial surfaces out there. It's not ready yet.
Shelton 8 yards on that first one. Hand off to the up man. He's near a first down.
Probably will get it on that one. Yeah, so if people don't recognize the field very well, we've only been here once or twice in the past decade or so when we played Derby. This is the old Leo Ryan field of Derby, and it does have the reminder to me of one of those old kind of Pennsylvania mountain coal mining type of fields with the beautiful surroundings and the backdrop of low hills.
Well, first down on that last carry, just made it. It's down about the 48. They're across midfield. Shelton's first possession. We're early in this game. Quarter counter going the other way,
nice
and that
stop.
one's stuffed.
Nice job. Here, that's McMahon, and there was one. And Tony the Tiger doing
Mark
a good
Tony
job.
was right there, the last man up on that tackle. No gain.
Yeah, Peter McMahon was also in on that tackle. He's doing a lot of job. He's taking over for Sean Krieger, who's
And Sean is out for the season, as I understand
He's
it.
out.
Hurt his arm.
We
He's here, but
yeah.
he has his right arm in a sling. We're sorry to see him go.
Oh, great young man.
Plus, you lose 2 players when.
My
he
goodness!
spins out of a
Spin move.
tackle. Finally, a haul down at about the 41.
Hand really had stopped him in the backfield for a loss, but he did the spin move, got away from the first hand attacker, got into the second range, and also spun move out of that. So he's close to a 8-yard gainer, and almost had him for a loss.
Spinato and Farmer in on the tackle.
Fast Freddie Federico on this side, and TC Corbin on the far side.
This is the first possession of the game. We're early yet, no score. And they're running it every play, and that one's going nowhere.
Well, again, when you really look at the numbers that are in the paper on occasion, you see that Zanaki, again, is the one who is the go-to guy all the time for running plays, basically. And they don't have much haven't used a lot of passing in the past. They haven't needed to.
That tackle was by number 78, James Sullivan, also Seth Moslowski.
So it's 4th and 1, and they're going to go for it.
4th and 1, they've got a wishbone, it looks like.
Yep.
And power running right up the middle. Got the first down. He's still on his feet. Goes to the 35.
He was almost starting to spin out of the way, too. They're going
to have to wrap him up, aren't they?
Yeah, they're going to have to wrap him all up. It looks like that's one of their primary moves is to do a spin move as soon as they hit, which is something hard to teach young men at this age, but obviously they've got it down. Really, he was almost breaking loose, and Freddie Federico came in underneath and took his legs out.
First down at the 35 for the Shelton Gales. 2 receivers to the left. They haven't tried a pass yet. And
No,
they aren't
they're
going
gonna
to
go right up.
counter.
Basically.
Going back to the left. Down to the 35-yard gain.
Now, we're seeing Sanaki here is not that big a young man. He's 5'7", 170 according to the weights and measures chart, and I believe that from looking at him. But he's a tricky athlete out there, no question about it.
He runs pretty hard. 5-yard gain. Now they're coming out in an I with a receiver split wide each side.
And that's probably just to open up the defense.
That's handed off to the first man.
Nice
and
job.
A good tackle by
Tony the Tiger.
Oh, he met him head on, didn't he?
He really did. Nice job.
Tony drove him backwards.
He saw the hole opening up on that dive on the left side attack of center and filled it up beautifully.
Gained a yard, but that was a tough yard. He met Mark Tony head on. Tony drove him backwards.
Should be a passing down normally, but we're seeing a power eye with splits.
3rd and 4.
Nope.
Looking to throw. He's being pursued. That was a good good defensive play. Number 38 in on him, and that's Andrew Davis.
Andy Davis, who's really come up big this year, learning fast as a sophomore. He had that interception against Notre Dame a few weeks ago and played real big last week as well on tackles and coverage.
Here's an interesting play coming up here, Frank. 4th down and 4 at the 29.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll go for it.
They'll go for it. They're inside the 30. I would suspect a pass here, wouldn't you? They got them spread pretty well.
Shotgun formation.
Shotgun.
And they dip it up.
Coming
got
this
him,
way,
got him,
and
got
they're
him.
not going to make it. And
Nice
they'll take
job.
over on down.
Beautiful job, beautiful job. Good defense all the way, Ken.
Donato was the first man that met the ball carrier.
That's the old bend but don't break all the way. So if they had punted it and had gone in the end zone, which it probably would have taken over in the 20, but right now they're going to have starting first offensive at the about the 28.
28.
With that last tackle, and will take over 1st and 10 on their own 28-yard line.
Hand out first offensive play. Justin McLaughlin over the ball at center. Mark Punzelt, the quarterback. See what we got for running backs. Albert Belmont is number 4. That's 21 Lee, and he gets to 30.
Mr. Lee, we've also been seeing coming on very, very well this year, both in punt returns and in carrying the ball from scrimmage. He's a sophomore.
Frank, we got a minute here. Explain why Hand is a little short on running backs in this game. Of course, Sean Krieger is out injured, but we also have a couple of other kids that are out after this play. Maybe we'll get into it. Punzo rolling this way, going to keep
And
it.
it keeps it.
And
Turns it up.
Coming off of the block of Lee.
Going to be third down and about 1 or 2. Maybe 6-yard gain on that by Punzel. We'll probably see him do a lot of that. He has been doing a lot of it all season where he keeps the ball, has a pitch man available if he wants it, but he likes to keep it and take it up himself. I'm calling him the tank this year. So
the running game is going to be by committee or hand.
Yes.
This game, we got third and long 2. Power I. And it's a counter back this way. It's
by
Belmont.
He's
Carrying
a first down. He breaks.
And he's across the
He's got
50, across the 40.
And
hit out of
driven out.
bounds about the 31.
Knocked out about the 31-yard line. A beautiful run by Prince Albert Belmont. Prince Albert, we did had a chance to chat with him at the food party last week. A very sharp young man. Looking forward to playing this game as much as he can. Going to get a lot of opportunity, as you said.
He keeps running like that. We'll call it the Belmont Stakes.
Belmont Stakes would work very well.
First down for hand, 31. Eckenrode split wide right. Number 19 inside of him is Kevin Philippone. And they're going to run right with Lee. And Lee is carrying a tackler for about a yard.
About a yard, depending on the spot. Boy, he gets stood up and hit in the back, right in the kidney with a helmet, but he bounced up from it all right. We were talking about Hand had to go through some disciplinary action this last week. The coach did for some very good young players, and hopefully they'll learn from it. And one of them being one of the tailbacks, another one of the up linemen.
It's run by Lee again. And Lee puts his head down and goes to about the 27.
Gonna be third and about 5. So anyway, that's part of the reason why Hand is shy on running backs. With one of them out for disciplinary reasons for 2 weeks. And, of course, Krieger is out for the season with that torn ligament, which actually separated from his elbow in a Notre Dame game. Very, very painful injury. Understand surgery went well this week, though.
Third and about 6 now. Hand's got 2 receivers to the right. Punzel rolling. He's being pursued, and he is thrown for a loss. So back at the 40.
Well, the blitz was on.
They were after him, full-scale blitz.
Interesting part of that is he had moved prior over here to the left side, but they must have had that read well, that he would roll out to his right. And they had the blitz on, and sure enough, they were able to do it for a loss. So Hand's in a punting situation.
And who doing the punting for Hand here?
It should be Farmer, I believe. Now, Farmer had injured his foot at one point and had...
Good snap and a high kick.
No, it's not Farmer.
That's number 18 did the punting there. That's Ryan Nizilik.
Nizolik was the punter on that one. Farmer had been punting, but did injure his foot a couple weeks ago, and they're trying to take care of that. Sorry, good punt, reasonably good punt. Got it down for a down at the 10-yard line.
This will be Shelton's second possession. Each team has had it one possession and has resulted in no scores yet. We got 4:15 left in the first quarter. And they're going to run
Same
right.
thing, come and sweep.
Right. And closed down pretty well by Hand after about a 5-yard gain.
Fast Freddy was the first one on him. And then Davis came over as well as Spinato. So 5 yards.
Gain of 5 on the play, making it 2nd and 5 for the Bears from the Shelton 25.
It's always interesting to watch Shelton play. They're a little like Hand. They're a well-coached team. Don't make a lot of mistakes.
Well coached, well conditioned.
Oh, and runner comes off a right guard, right tackle, and he was finally tripped up near a first down.
It's going to be a
They
first.
have it. Across the 30, he's got it.
6 on the play, making it 1st and 10 Bears from their 31-yard line.
Just across the 30-yard line. We've got 3.5 minutes left in the first quarter. No score. Shelton on their second possession of the game. It's a draw play going back to the left, and a lot of room
He'll
to
break
run
on
there.
that one. Oop.
And another first down, gains 11 or 12 yards.
The young man is fast. He sees the holes and able to cut upfield very, very quickly.
Shelton did a good job of blocking that left side. They had it completely cleaned out there for that run.
And it was a nice job by Corbin to shed the blocker that came out on him. He did slide him and was able to help bring him down. Now we're seeing the same play we just did, but now this time it's a line to the right. Now they are
Looking
going
to throw.
fast in the air.
It's overthrown.
Almost pickable. Fast Freddy was out there, and he did intercept a pass in the Notre Dame game, Kent. And he was the first one to do the pickoffs, and it was a very key one. Stopped the one good drive that Notre Dame had during that game, and Fast Freddy interrupted it with a pick.
So Federico was behind that pass, and Farmer was in front of it. Incomplete.
Boy, the receiver coming out was a pretty big boy. I have to look him up in the weights and measures because he looked like 6'2", 6'4", something like that. All right, coming this side again with Zarn.
And a big hole there. Finally brought down by one hand by
beautiful
number 9 there for hand, Farmer.
Nice job by Farmer. Wow.
Boy, Farmer hadn't gotten one hand on him. That kid would still be running.
Yes, he would have. That's for sure.
He'd be right up at the edge of Naugatuck by now.
Yeah, he might be getting into the Ansonia game, which is just on the other side of the hill, as a matter of fact.
First down, Shelton, run to the right, and
nice
that one
job.
is smelled out nicely. That's Maslowski.
That's Sethmo, right?
Yeah, he came right through and cut the runner down at a yard loss.
Brought down by Maslowski.
Nice job by Sethmo.
On the play, making it 2nd and 11 for the Bears.
He didn't allow himself to be blocked and just slid with the block and came in behind it and made that tackle for a yard loss.
Just the way you like to see him do it.
And with 4 down linemen. Looking left
wide.
to throw. And complete pass and
Nice
hit
job.
over there very quickly by Corbin.
TC doesn't. The T doesn't stand for tender. He clubbed him that time. Did a good job bringing him down. And I think Corbin gave away about 25, 30 pounds worth of weight, but did a nice job bringing down a receiver.
Just over 5-yard gain on that complete pass, but he was tackled before he had a chance to turn upfield.
So 3rd and about 5. See if hand can stiffen again. Let's go, guys. All
It's
right.
a sweep to the right, and it's being
Boy, that's close to the first down again. Very close.
Very close. I thought Davis might have a shot at him there. Andrew Davis, he made him go a little bit deeper than he wanted to.
Yep.
Forced him wide.
Well, again, they're going to make them earn it if they're going to. It's down there on the 37-yard line, basically, and 4th down and about a little over a yard.
4th and 1, they come out in that wishbone.
Wishbone again, yep.
Strong running formation, everybody in tight. And they're going to run it to the left.
Oh, close.
And that's very close.
Depend on the spot on that one, I'll tell you. That's right there. I think they're going to have to measure that one, Kent.
They're going to bring a change across.
Spinato and McPherson were in on that. McMahon were in that very well, along with Mikey Sullivan. I'm sorry.
That was sort of a counter, wasn't it?
Sullivan.
Going back to the left.
Yep.
If this is short, hand gets the ball. If they make the first down, Shelton is still driving.
I don't think so. I do not think so. Yes!
They're about an inch and a half short, Frank.
Twice hand is held now on downs against a very vaunted offense here of Shelton. Again, bend but not break, ready to take over. A little better field position than last time, Kent, by about 10 yards. Nice job.
So far, this has been a defensive struggle. And we're down to a half a minute left in this first quarter. No score yet. This is hands. Only their second possession, isn't it?
Second possession, yes.
Yeah.
Each team now has
Shelton's
had
it
2.
twice.
From the shotgun.
Punzelt from the shotgun. A high snap. Punzelt's going to keep going right. He's not going to get anything there. And that will probably run out the first quarter. The clock is down to 20 seconds and running.
Well, I'll tell you, it's always a contest playing Shelton. Think back a couple of years ago against Shelton when the game was won by Shelton with 8 seconds remaining on a field goal of about 35 yards.
We got 2 seconds left. They're not going to get this play off, I don't believe. There's the end of the first quarter. The score is 0-0. Defensive battle so far. We'll switch into the field and go for quarter number 2.
Quarterback club.
Pick it up. Here we go. Quarter number 2. Hand with the ball.
Second out.
About the 36. Mozlewski in motion this way. Punzelt back and
looking for Eckenrode. He's got and his interference
thrown down. Eckenrode was the intended receiver. Was he held on that, Frank?
Jungle Jim was held on it, so it's going to be a hand first down, certainly with a 15-yard penalty, I would think. I mean, you can't interfere with his ability to try to go and get the ball, and that's literally what the man did.
They call a holding call, but I presume they were holding Eckenrode from where that flag was thrown.
I would say so.
Eckenrode was down in a post pattern in the center of the field, and he couldn't get away from the defender.
So that's a first down.
First down at the 46.
Matt Izzo doing the centering chores now. Fireman Matt.
Punzelt looking to throw. Oh, he's being pressured.
Oh, man.
He is snowed under.
Wow.
They got to give him a little bit more time than that, Frank, or he'll never be able to get one off.
No, there's certainly a breakdown on the line that time because we see that Shelton has been able to get through fairly easily when they wanted to.
That's about a 9-yard loss, 10-yard loss.
It'll be second and about 19.
36-yard line.
Looks like Mikey likes it. Lutz came in. Shotgun.
Shotgun formation and fake draw, and Punzelt keeps it. Can't get away from the tackler. However, gains only a yard or 2.
Brought down by Tortora. Number 2 on the play, making it 3-18 for him. From the 38-yard line.
Looks to me like Brian Gavin's in there playing.
Scherzer 38, Sheehan 19.
At least his numbers out there.
Third and long. Here we got a shotgun and a spread formation.
6, East Haven repping.
Gotta protect him.
Punzelt's going to draw up the middle. He's got a little room to run.
That way.
There, he gets away from one man.
Can almost.
Still going.
Yes. Wow. About an 18-yard pickup on that. Not quite enough for the first down.
He's just short of a first down by about a yard and a half.
Now, that was a nice job of looking downfield. The rush came in from both sides on him, and it opened up the center. With the 4 receivers going downfield, it opened up the center of the field for him all the way down, and that's what he was able to do.
I see no indication of a punt here on fourth down and about a yard and a half. Tight formation, shotgun, and Punzelt will keep.
No, he didn't get it.
He's not going to make it. He needed almost 2, and he gained a little over 1.
It's one of the cases where the defensive lineman got a little bit lower than the hand offensive lineman and not able to make the distance. It came awful close, but it was still, maybe a yard shy, but not quite. So of the 4 possessions so far, there's been hand has punted once and one turnover and downs once, and Shelton has turned over and downs both times. Very interesting ball game.
Shelton takes over to 46. And they're going to run to the right. Gains about 3, it looks like.
3 of them out there.
Spinato and Davis in on the tackle. Tony Spinato calls the defensive signal, plays the inside linebacker position, is in on a lot of tackles. He's only about 5'5", Frank, but he's built square.
He's had a lot of experience out there. Since his sophomore year, he's been playing that position.
They're going to come
Got
back
him.
this way, and a good defensive play by
looks like-
Tony, I believe.
Tony the Tiger.
Mark Tony.
Again, slid a block, came in from his linebacker position and got the running back from behind. So running back had just gotten to about the line of scrimmage. So it's 3rd and about 5, Kent, passing down.
3rd and a long 5.
Long 5 is right, yes.
This is the Shelton Gales that the Hand is playing tonight, a powerhouse team. Shotgun, rolling right.
Nope.
Good protection so far. Throwing right, and it's caught down about the 35.
Tackled by
First down,
Federico.
Shelton.
Boy, I'll tell you, that was one hummer of a pass out there. Exactly where it had to be, high, and the receiver had to go up after it, but it was on target.
From the Hand 34-yard line.
Good pass play by Shelton just across the 35. The counter coming back this way.
Oh, gosh
Ball
sakes!
Bounces off a 2 or 3 tackle. Finally brought down by Moslewski. If he hadn't gotten him, he'd still be going.
Again, the young man's not big. He only is 170 pounds, but you can't arm tackle him. You've got to wrap him fully. You got to put your arms right around him at his thighs and pull him down.
About a 9-yard gain.
And he spin moves on every time he's contacted.
Going to run to the right.
There he goes. He got the first down, I think.
A lot of people over there, but he didn't need very much for a first down. That should be a first down, I would think.
Yep. So from about the 24 now.
Inside the 24. This is about the deepest penetration so far, isn't it?
It really is.
Shelton threatening to score. There's no score here. We're halfway through the second quarter.
This is just about where they had turned it over in the first possession. Right now they're starting here with four downs.
Quarterback looking to throw.
He's got a man open.
Now he's going
He's
long.
looking deep.
Oh, man open over there. Complete pass down at about the 4-yard line. First and goal.
Wide open. Not even a man within 5 or 6 yards of him. 4-yard line. So it's going to be first and goal from the 4.
That was a pretty good fake by the quarterback. He faked the throw and then lofted it out over the linebacker. First and goal for Shelton at the 4-yard line.
Only going to go to one person, number 21.
21
And he makes
angles
it.
over, touchdown, Shelton.
That was about as predictable as the sun coming up in the morning. Who would get that ball?
He went right behind right guard, right tackle.
And that has been a very effective tool for them. They get everybody on the line to do the blocking, and then he just picks the hole where he wants to go, and he's got it.
That score came with 6:41 left in the first half. The conversion try coming. A good snap, good hold. And the kick is good. 7-0. Shelton ahead of Hand.
7-0.
Well, there you have it. First score of the game. It took all the way through 17 minutes of play to get there, Kent. Both teams are able to put scores on the board, and it just shows you what the defense has been able to do.
They had 2 big pass plays, one on the far side of the field and then that one down toward to the 4-yard line.
Exactly, and it was interesting timing. The first one was certainly a 3rd down and long, and it was a definite pass play needed. The next one was first from scrimmage, and they went deep opposite side and caught Hand very much by surprise.
Let's see who's going to run back here. We got Tom Lee and Federico.
For your halftime entertainment.
Federico and Lee are the two deep men. In front of them are Hanson and Belmont. It's a long kick.
Mr. Lee wants it.
Lee feels it at about the 2 or 3. Brings it back to the right side, and he's going to be snowed under at about the 15 or 16.
Well, the black and orange jerseys filtered through the Hand defense pretty strongly that time. Mr. Lee didn't have a long ways he could go. He took it deep on about the 2-yard line. Did well to get it to the 15, I think, or the 17.
And takes over to 17 with 6.5 minutes left in the half. And they find themselves trailing by 1 touchdown. Punzel rolling left, looking to throw. There's his man over there, incomplete. In and out of the hands of Eckenrode.
Jungle Jim just not able to hold on to it. He was hit right at the moment of impact of the ball with the cornerback out there. No good.
Second and 10 for Hand to their own 17.
Punzel looking to throw again. He's got a little room to run. Going around the corner, still going. Gets up to about the 26.
Close. He really wanted to pass it that time, but he had the option. He couldn't find anybody open. So he picked him up and laid him down very well. So there's 3rd down and about 1.5.
Gain of 9 on the play. 3rd and 1 for Hand to their own 26-yard line.
Got a long one here to keep this drive going.
Really like to see Hand pick this up. A power eye back there.
They got a power eye. It's run by Belmont to the far side, and nothing there. The defensive man was right on him. He had no place to go. Bring up 4th down.
Brought down by Shalom. Loss of 2 on the play, making it 4th and 4 for Hand from their own 24.
4th and about 4. Nizelek is a punter. Gets a pretty good kick out. It's fielded and is being run back. That's number 21, run the back.
Tripped out by Gavin out there. Gavin was the one who got in and tripped him up. So again, good field position on about the 40-yard line. Short field for the Gales. Be nice to see Hand be able to bring together a turnover of some sort.
Shelton takes over to 42, and they got 5 minutes to work before the half.
Nope.
The counter back this way.
Ah!
No room to run. Finally dragged down after a big gain. Corbin makes the tackle, but not till he gets clear down to the 26. 1st down, Shelton.
Gain of 16 on the play by Thompson. Good for 1st and 10 there.
That was a pretty good fake again by the quarterback. He did a fake play and he took a dive on a counter move, and very effective.
They like that misdirection, don't they?
They really do.
Shelton is driving again. Ball carrier fakes one way and keeps it for about a 2-yard gain.
Yeah, and what they're trying to take advantage of is Hand over pursuing on the first move. Takes a lot of discipline, and Hand did that time. It was the same play, basically. Went nowhere but for a yard.
2nd and 8. Ball now at about the 24. Shelton's got 3 receivers to the right. Quarterback
He's
looking
definitely
right.
going to go for the
He's looking long and
intercepted.
There,
Yes.
that looked like it was caught.
I think that was Fast Freddy. Fast Freddy picked it again. It was
Federico caught a tip ball there and intercepted, kept his toes in. Good play.
Nice job by Fast Freddy Federico. Fast Freddy Federico's fingers filched another flying pigskin.
You're on your own, Frank. That was a good play. The pass was a little bit high. The receiver got one hand on it, and Federico got the tip ball.
Hand did have some good pressure coming on the quarterback, which I like to see too.
Well, they're down about the 10-yard line, and they're going to bring it out to the 15.
Nice job.
Not a bad run for the first down play.
That was by Davis.
Yeah, Andrew Davis,
Nice job,
38.
Andy.
Playing a lot tonight.
8 of 6 on the play, making it 2nd and 4 for Hand. From their own.
I don't know if we mentioned it, but Andy's a sophomore. But for a sophomore, he's 6 foot and about 175
That's Belmont
pounds.
going to the left, and Belmont's still moving. He got a first down.
Got a first down. Nice job.
Across the 20. Got it out of the hole.
Now, Belmont's a junior for any people that don't know that, and he had a lot of nice experience last year. So he's getting some good stuff again now.
So on that series so far, their running backs by committee have done quite well.
Mixing up the plays a little bit, trying to get the defense off guard, something they haven't seen too much of.
First man gets the ball.
And that doesn't go
Well,
anywhere.
I didn't pick a number up on that one.
That looked like Derek Hansen. I think it was
33,
Derek.
Hansen.
Yeah.
Gain of 1 on the play, making it 2nd and 9 for him from their own 21-yard line.
Clock is continuing to run. We're down to 2.5 minutes left in the half. Shelton leading 7-0. Punzel rolling this way.
Oh.
Klug is trying to protect him. Now he's going to throw it away out of bounds.
All right.
Looking for Philippone, but he ran out of real estate before he could unload that one.
Yeah, he's trying to get to Nozolek on that, and that's a hard thing to do when you're under a full gallop, to try to get the ball down and get it where you want it to be. So 3rd and a very long 9.
Third and long. Got a spread formation, shotgun. Mark Punzel, the quarterback.
You gotta protect him.
Punzel
He's
looking to throw.
Ah.
And incomplete, just a little out of the reach of Eckenrode.
Eckenrode slipped in the dirt down there.
Hand will have to punt.
4th and 9 for him from their own 21-yard line.
That's too bad. He got out just right on that. Got in the right distance. The ball was low, and his legs went out from under him, trying to make the move back to it.
Nizelik will punt and hit it near the 10-yard line. We got 2:14 showing on the clock before the half. Good snap. And a good high kick. Fair catch called at about the 47.
That was a very wise move to do a fair catch on that. I don't know if you noticed, but Punzel's a long snapper on those, and he was right there.
He's also the first man down, isn't he?
Oh, boy.
The quarterback is a long snapper on kicks. Don't see that combination every day.
No, I think you're going to see now.
Shelton's got just over 2 minutes here, Frank.
Yeah,
They may try something. Got a timeout by Shelton before this first play. Here's run. We'll take a break.
Shelton, Mitsubishi. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for supporting our Shelton Gales.
Shelton has taken their first time out of the first half, and they've got just over 2 minutes left. A little over half of the field to go. And quarterback rolling, looking to throw, being pressured. Now they're got a screen on the far side. The screen with a big running play. After it's still going. Now we got to cut back this way. And he may take it in. He's going to go all the way in for a touchdown.
Ladies and gentlemen, credit Scott Sanders and Joe Zarnacki.
Not a lot you can say about that, Ken. It was a very well executed play.
As a 53-yard screen pass for a touchdown where it went from the far sideline to the near sideline.
The downfield blocking for Shelton was very, very good. Hand just not be able to.
Look at here, Frank. We got a flag on the field. I didn't see that.
I didn't see that either. That's coming back then.
Yeah, that's going to come back.
That's usually the place was a holding or a clip or.
I was going to give Shelton credit for a whole bunch of really good blocks, but maybe one of them wasn't quite so good.
The one that sprung him is the one that was the penalty flag. No wonder he got loose. All right, that's what you call dodging a bullet.
It is. And that was number 21 that caught that ball, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. You could see him. There was a fake for him to dive into the line, and he moved out for the pass.
He had about 3 blockers ahead of him, and he is awfully tough in the open field anyhow.
First and 10 Gales from their own 47.
Here they go.
First down again back here. Quarterback looking to throw again, and he is being nailed.
Handy Andy.
Andrew Banish.
I call that his refrigerator move.
The quarterback got banished.
You don't want to get in the way of him getting to the refrigerator. That's his refrigerator move.
Loss of 9 on the play, making it 2nd and 19.
Andrew Banish plays this corner on this side, and he came in untouched. Buried the quarterback for a big loss. About a 10-yard loss at least.
All right, very nicely done.
Well, they'll probably keep throwing. It's going to be a draw play back to the other side, and that one's smelled out. That's Mazlewski, I believe, that made that trip up.
Another good job of sniffing out the play that time. And it's kind of interesting if you look at Seth Moe's jersey. It's almost the color of the dirt down there now. He gets in low, in other words.
3rd and 15, and the clock is inside of a minute left in the first half. Hand took that timeout. So we're going to bring up 3rd down and, 20 or so? And with 47 seconds showing on the clock.
Close to 20, you're right.
If Hand can stop this next play, they'd probably like to have a shot at returning a punt. We'll take a break. .47 seconds left in the first half. Shelton leading Hand 7-0. Shelton has the ball, but they got 3rd and about 20 at their own 38. That's a big play coming this way.
Get him down.
Finally tackled across midfield. It'll going to bring up
Mark
4th
Tony.
down and about 7.
Timeout on the field. That is the second timeout for Hand during the half.
It took about 10 seconds off the clock, but boy.
4th and 7. Hand takes a timeout with 37 seconds showing.
Yeah, but I mean, if you try to block the punt.
Shelton's in punt formation, but it is a 4th down and about 7. This could be a fake here, too. He's going to punt it. And he kicks it toward the sideline. Aim to the sideline, goes out of bounds at about the 15.
All right, I thought maybe Hand might have been trying to block that, but there was too much defense back there. If they could have gotten a block, they might have gotten a better field position. But right now, with 31 seconds left, I don't know how much the coaches want to try to do. About the 12, you don't want to risk having a turnover down here. Where
are they spotting at? About the 12, right?
Yep.
Very good defensive struggle here for the first half of this game. Shelton leading 7-0 and almost made it 14-0, but that one was called back by a penalty. Hand gets the ball back here. And they're going to play it safe. Run up the middle by Belmont. And Belmont takes it to about the 19 or 20.
About a 5-yard gain by Albert. Nice job.
And Hand takes their last time out of the half. 21.8 seconds left. We have another break in the action before the second down play gets off.
It's 2nd and 6 for the Tigers from their own 18-yard line.
Second down and about 4 for Hand. Only 22 seconds left. And Punzel rolling left, looking to throw. There's a man over there. Eckenrode makes the catch, goes out of bounds. First down.
Jungle Jim.
16 seconds left.
First down. Nice job. Good play. That wasn't a kind of play that Shelton had to really worry about as far as going all the way with it, but it was also one where Hand gets another couple of shots from a little deeper into the field without no worry about a miscue.
And Punzel has a spread formation again, looking to throw. Going left, and incomplete pass, knocked out of. Wow, Shelton man picks it up. Oh, no, they're going to rule that a fumble. They ruled out a complete pass and a fumble, Frank. I'm not sure. Did he ever have possession there?
Well, I think he probably did. You know, he did look like he got a couple of feet down after he was walking, received the ball.
Shelton actually has a chance to score here. They're at the 23.
There's
8 seconds left.
Good heads-up play by Shelton, not so good by Hand.
So Shelton will probably go for the end zone.
You know, that's the kind of turnover
right
you don't
away.
like to see. So, yes, I would say you're right, Kent.
They haven't got time to mess around with anything short here. They're going to go for the end zone.
Got some pressure. Ball's up, out of bounds.
Way out of bounds.
Still alive for another
2 seconds. One play left.
2nd and 10 for the Bears. From the Hand 23-yard.
Heads-up play by the quarterback because he was being pressured.
I didn't see who was applying the pressure. Did you?
It was coming from the far side, and I didn't really pick up on the number either. Sethmo was out. He's been doing most of the pressure on that side. At least I think
Shelton
he was
there had a kicking tee in their hand, but I don't know if they're going to try for a field goal
well,
here.
They might, yeah.
They got a good kicker. 25. They could try that.
Yeah,
far.
and again, it's number 21.
No, they're not going to try a field goal. They're going to go for it.
Oh, taking a timeout? No. Oh,
what do we got?
Penalty.
We got a penalty.
10-yard penalty will be marked off against the Bears from the spot of the foul. It will make it 1st and 18 for the Bears.
I didn't see what the infraction was, did you?
Didn't see it either, but it's spot of the fouls. It's usually a holding penalty.
Last play of the half. 2 seconds left. And Hand has got defenders all over the field.
Oh, plenty of time, a little pressure, pushing them out. Little pressure.
Going
deep.
Going to the end zone. And
knocked down
in the end zone by
Federico again.
I don't know who that was.
I believe it was Federico. Interesting though, when he went to bat the ball, it almost landed in the hands of the receiver on the ground. But anyway, what a first half.
After 2 quarters of play, Shelton leads Hand 7-0, and I believe Hand probably feels fortunate it might be worse.
They very well could.
At the half. But they played very well defensively there when they needed to. We'll take a break. The Daniel Hand High School Marching Band is here. We'll pick up a bit of them and back for quarter number 3.
Daniel Hand Tiger Marching Band is under the direction of Richard Fasano. Drum majors Erica Iverson, Dave Steinis, Ryan Hunt, and Chrissy Keene will lead the band downfield to the Jefferson Starship number, one hit from 1985, We Built This City.
Actually, Frank, this game is going relatively fast. Yeah. Not much passing, you know? Well, I think... I mean, they stopped a couple of key plays. That number 21, John, is very... He's hard to stop. Very hard to stop. They did do a good job. I mean, that guy's just too fast. He's just got the hold. He just goes. I mean, it's difficult. You know? And without having, he's a very good running back, so. There's a haze on this field.
Tiger Flag Squad captains Caitlin Kenny, Danielle Krause, Jennifer Mingus, and Lauren Duffy have choreographed a dynamic and colorful flag routine to the Rock Classic. Saturday nights are right for fighting. show that Tiger Band and Flag Squad will perform our school fight song, On Wisconsin.
A lot of kids missing.
Yeah.
How about that, Tiger Band, ladies and gentlemen?
Here we go, second half. Hand gets the ball first. Shelton will kick off to either Lee or Federico. And it's kicked high and deep. It's Lee at about the 5-yard line. They got to return to the left, but he can't
No
get there.
place to go.
He
No
has
place to go.
And tackled down at about the 10 or 11.
Holy mackerel. Absolutely nowhere to go.
Good coverage.
I think you have to work on the kickoff kick returns a little bit, I think.
Part of the problem there, Frank, was that it was a left return and it was kicked way over in this
Right.
far side from the left.
Well, you're supposed to be able to make a little change on that. That's not
The
going to...
blockers were 2/3 of the way across the field.
There was a lot of hang time on that ball and everything. There was no way that Mr. Lee could get it over there.
And we'll take over to 12. So far in this game, it's been a defensive struggle. Shelton leads 7-0, and for Hand, it could have been worse at this point. Had a touchdown called back on a penalty, and right at the end of the half, they had a ball knocked down in the end zone.
Gain of 2 on the play, making it 2nd and 8 for the Tigers from their own 14-yard line.
All right. Come on, Tigers. Hope they get some good words.
Got only about a yard on that one. We got Belmont at the fullback slot. Punzel at the quarterback. Handed off to Lee. Lee trying to go over left guard, left tackle, and that's going to be a 3rd down play that doesn't get much.
It's
They'll have
absolutely...
to punt.
3rd and 9 for
Yeah, there was absolutely nothing happening in the interior line for Hand. They just can't move the Shelton players off the ball at all. So it's 3rd and long.
No, it's 3rd down coming up. I spoke wrong. I thought it was 4th coming up.
It's basically 10.
3rd and a long 9. Punzel looking to throw, being pressured. And it's a diving catch. Looks like it's made by number 12. He's going to be a little short.
Yeah, that's not... Sean Schweitzer receiving the ball. He had to go right down on the dirt and pick it up, but it's not enough.
He's going to be about 2.5 yards short of a 1st down. Fourth coming up. They'll have to kick. And Nizelik is the kicker, and They got their good runner back here returning kicks. He's at about the 45. The high kick.
Pushing it back.
And he drops the ball and picks it up. Brings it forward to the 46.
Was a block in the back, but not picked up. So anyway, going to be about the 46-yard line, Kent.
Shelton has had the better of it on field position so far this game. And Hand really hasn't penetrated deep enough to make a good scoring threat yet. We're in the third quarter.
Yeah, the one penetration was when they turned it over on downs. But like you say, it's just that's the only time.
Quarterback is throwing a quick pass out to the left, and a good tackle over there by Federico.
Nicely read by Federico. He stayed down, broken down well, so he could make a good tackle on that.
Making it 2nd and 9.
Quick pass, only gains a yard.
From the Hand 44.
With a quick pass in the flat to the right, and Federico read it, avoided a block, and made the tackle.
They get an uncovered man in the middle slot there, but
It's a run to the right, and that one's not going anywhere.
Nice
Good
job.
tackle there by
Ball carried by Zarnacki.
63 or 69 is the number of the kid that made the tackle.
Brandon Smith's in at a down guard position in there.
Peter McMahon is the 69. He was the first man to hit the ball carrier. 3rd and 9. Passing situation.
And you better believe, I think they will. They've had success passing so far.
They're going to shotgun.
But anything goes. Remember that screen that they've done in the past. They're going screen again.
Another screen to the right.
Gotta
And
get him.
complete pass, and they finally knock him out of bounds by Farmer after a first down.
I mean, I was just saying that the screen has been successful in the past, and there it was. First down.
Jim Farmer makes a tackle, but he makes a touchdown-saving tackle.
That's right.
3 of 18 on the play, making it 1st and 10 Gales from the Hand 26-yard line.
Flanker screen to the far side.
Again, an uncovered receiver.
And there's a good tackle.
Nice job.
Number 57 for Hand was in on the ball carrier before he could even get started. Brandon Smith.
Ball carried by Zarnacki.
Nice read by Brandon.
Lost 3 yards.
Loss of 4 on the play, making it 2nd and 13 for the Gales from the Hand 30-yard line.
No, boy. You got to see a good defensive stop. It's amazing that Zanecki, how many plays he's in. It's almost every one, including special teams and everything.
He's running out of the tailback position.
Tossing.
It's a pass. It's a fake.
Going deep. Got it deep. He's got it.
Caught the ball in the end zone. Diving catch. Touchdown, Shelton. Very good play.
Making the score Shelton 13 and nothing.
Well, another play where they faked the line rush like they've been doing most of the time. Just enough to step back and wide open receiver straight downfield. Pass was right there.
And the kid that does everything else for him is also the kicker, isn't he?
He sure is.
Extra point kicker. With 7:26 left in the third quarter, Shelton adds another touchdown. Kicked up and line drive through. Good. 14 to nothing.
Making the score Shelton 13 and nothing.
Well, the way things are going, Hand has really got to get an offense rolling, Kent. Somehow, some way, they've got to get it moving, and it can't be kind of some of the standard stuff that Hand's been doing. Would not be surprised to see maybe Ryan Fedor come in to do quarterbacking and using Punzelt for, for one of the backmen, either as a fullback or as a split, either pass to him or toss to him and let him get open field. He is a big boy and hard to bring down, and he's been able to get some running going. That might open it up for Belmont or Lee or Davis or someone.
Shelton Hand contest will be rebroadcast on telemedia, cable channel 10, Sunday night at 6, Monday night at 6.
After Shelton's second touchdown, they will kick off back to either Lee or Federico. So far, he's hit it every time.
If you notice,
down in his corner to Lee.
well, they do tee it up on the near hash mark so they can drive it deep and in the corner.
And he hits it over on this side again.
Yeah,
and
but,
goes out of bounds that time.
Mackey's kick goes out of bounds on the 5-yard line. It will result in an illegal procedure penalty.
No, Hand can either ask him to kick it over again or take it on the 35. And Hand will take it on the 35 by the look of it. Why not? That's pretty good field position.
That's better than their field position that they've started from most of the time.
That's right, exactly. Here again, that long kick was Zanecki too. Packs a lot of oomph for 170 pounds.
So Hand will take over on the 35. We have 7:26 in the third quarter. Shelton leading now 14-0.
Still the same set though.
Punzelt quarterback. Punzelt rolling left, being pressured, being grabbed. Now he throws. Complete pass. First down at the 50.
Nice job that time, boy, I'll tell you.
That's number 19 who lined up in the slot. That's Kevin Philippon.
Kevin Philippon, nice job staying with it and giving Punzelt something to shoot at. And he was actually in the grass and starting to go down when he got it off to Kevin.
That shows how strong Punzelt is back there in that quarterback position.
Really is.
He should have been down. He was being tackled as he threw. Philippon went in motion that last time, didn't he? And now Kevin Philippon isn't sure where to line up. Now he's going to motion left.
There he goes.
Punzelt rolling this way.
Oh, man.
And a lot of black shirts there.
Boy, oh, boy. Just not able to control the line of scrimmage at all. This game, it's a rare situation for Hand. Usually we're able to see the young men be able to do that, control the line of scrimmage, and they're not doing it tonight. Very quick, very athletic defenseman against them.
2nd and 12. Here's a spread formation again. Quarterback blitz or linebacker blitz.
Mikey Lutz. Ball went through his hands, not able to pull it in, but he got nipped right off.
He got leveled, didn't he?
Number 14, Mike Lutz. It'll be 3rd and 12 for him from around 48-yard line.
It was a legal tackle. The ball had gone through Lutz's hands or just out of reach, and he got leveled. 3rd and long.
It's kind of too bad he couldn't bring it in because he was open other than that.
Have to throw to the right side and a complete pass, short of a first down, however.
Well, it takes it down in the other end of the field a little bit, down about the 45.
Philippon again makes that catch.
He made a real circus catch down in the Notre Dame game that was corkscrew style. How he pulled it in, I don't know that anybody knows to this day. Get a good set of hands on him.
They're going to be in punt formation, however, at about the
Try to see
44.
Try to see if they can get him way back and then let the defense hold, hopefully.
Banishes the blocker up in front of the punter.
Yeah, nobody back. Be a little pooch punt. Hopefully get down and can down
it.
it.
High, nobody back there to get it. Where'd that ball bounce? Bounced backwards, didn't it?
Yeah, it did not take a favorable bounce real well.
Went out of bounds at about the 16.
Yeah, 16.
On the Shelton 15-yard line where the Bears will take over 1st and 10.
Now, this indeed is a place where you want to stiffen up the defense again. See if you can try to wrest that field position away from Shelton.
Hand has had very poor field position most of the game.
Very, very, it's something that a lot of people forget, Ken, is how important that is. When you're starting deep in your territory, it's a long ways down the field. If you can shorten that at all, a lot of good things can happen for you. And that's at any level of football. Boom. Nice
It's a
stop.
counter coming back this way.
What is happening now?
That was Moslewski in on the tackle, and his number is so dirty. You can't really read the number. You
No.
just read the dirty jersey.
Yeah, the dirty jersey is Seth Moe.
Gain of 2 on the play, making it 2nd and 8 for the Bears.
You know, Hand is starting to read that fairly well down there, but then what Shelton will do is do something significantly different and open it up and catch Hand by surprise. But here again, you've got the slot man basically uncovered.
It's a counter coming back
Coming
this
back,
way.
yeah, nicely.
And that one defense pretty well. Number 78 for Hand was the first
Sullivan.
man that made the contact, James Sullivan.
Down by Drew.
Sully did a nice job bringing him down at that time.
Play, making it 3rd and 6 for the Bears.
Because of the injuries as well as the disciplinary action, a lot of Hand players getting some extra time in now and through the season, coming along, learning a lot.
Got a 3rd and 6. It's pitched to the tailback, runs around the
Bring
right
him
corner.
down for oh my God!
Yeah, first down.
Oh jeez, you just
First down.
can't stop that kid from getting a first down.
He went wide to the right and cut it back. Got enough for a first down.
1st and 10 Bears on their own.
Just amazing. You know, we've seen a lot of running backs in this league through the years, but this kid's got to be almost as good as any we've seen, I think, and plays a lot of time out there.
Well, he does everything. He kicks off, he kicks extra points. He runs back kicks. There's a break through the middle of the line.
Man, that
Tackled
time
by Farmer.
Ball carried by Zarnacki.
Yeah, Farmer's come on very well, taking over for Ben Mullen of last year, making a lot of tackles from that safety position, learning to read it real well.
Second down now and short 4. First man gets the ball in a big hole.
Gee.
Finally tackled deep in the secondary.
No.
That's Farmer making the
Farmer
tackle. When you're
again.
free safety, has to make a lot of
Yeah.
tackles, Frank. That means the other guys are gaining some yards.
You bet. Another first down.
Scores around the Southern Connecticut Conference in the 3rd quarter. Amity nothing, Brantford nothing, Derby 6, East Haven nothing, and Greenwich 14, McMahon 3.
It's a pitch in the backfield
Got
and
him.
knocked down, and that was Banish had messed that play up for him.
Andy, good job.
Banish refused to be blocked and actually pushed the blocker right into the ball carrier.
Yeah, he did. Nice job. I mean, a good read by Andy all the way.
Making it 2nd and 11 for the Bears,
Need a little more of that.
49-yard line.
Banish playing the outside linebacker position. Andrew Davis is the outside linebacker on this side. Jim Farmer is the free safety, playing deep.
Looking, got man
He's
open.
gonna go
Going deep
long.
again. Turn around, Corbin. Ah,
Ball is caught. Nice catch.
Number cross is complete for number 2, Jeff Murphy.
Theron Corbin was a defensive man, but he got turned around on that play.
Gain of 31 on the play, making it 1st and 10 Bears on the Hand 20-yard line.
boy, oh boy.
Down to the 20.
That quarterback has an awful nice touch on the ball, too.
He lays it up there nice and easy to catch. He appears to have some very good receivers, too, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. Good hands on those guys. The same formation, flip to the right side. Going to the
Quarterback hands off,
Yeah.
going over right guard, right tackle. Number 78 there for Hand on the
Yeah.
bottom of that. Sullivan.
Jimmy Sullivan again. Good job.
Ladies and gentlemen, another athletic
We're down to a minute and a half left in the third quarter. Shelton continues to lead Hand 14-0.
And the KLX soccer team for being a cheer of Wallingford 7-1. Congratulations to the soccer teams.
Oh,
So
quick.
first man through, a quick hitter. Takes it to the 15,
Maybe.
14. Sullivan again on the tackle, but gain is going to bring up 3rd and 4.
Huh.
Shelton
Timeout.
takes a timeout with 51 seconds left in the 3rd quarter, and Shelton leading by 2 touchdowns. We'll take a break. 51 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Shelton driving a ball down to the 14, and they're handing off to a good running back. And he is snowed under in the backfield.
Yes. You know, he didn't even go down easy that time. He's got 3 good tacklers on him, and he refused to go down.
Mark Tony that refused to let go of him.
That's right. He kept a hold of him.
Making it 4th and 8 for the Bears from the hand 24-yard line.
For a minute there, I thought maybe he was going to do a spin and get out of all those tackles, but Mark Tunney held on to him.
Well, they're going to go for dirt to get it again. That's what they're going to try to do.
Sean Mackey to attempt a 31-yard field goal.
All right, let's see.
Field goal try. He's going to kick it at about the 26. That'll make it a 36-yarder.
The far hash mark should be a little bit to his helping. Normally a right-footed.
He looks like on his kickoff, so he can kick it that far.
He can get the distance.
This is their good running back, who's also their kicker, and he boomed it.
No good. Wide left.
Wide left. He missed that one.
All right, well, Hand will take over on the 20-yard line.
So he had enough distance on that kick. He hit a line drive on it.
Yep, it's not a short kick at 31, 32 yards out there. But he does hit him pretty well, no question about it. So that goes off right at the change of the quarter too, Kent, so we're going to be changing the field.
Okay, that was the end of the quarter with that field goal try, and Shelton leading 14-0 after 3 quarters. Go ahead. Hand dodged the bullet on the field goal try, and now they take over at their own 20.
Well, it was good defense. Even again, they took it over. Shelton did way down deep at the 15, and they drove it down to Hand 18. But Hand stiffened, and oh my goodness!
That was a quick pass to the right to the man in motion. Was that Philippone?
That was Philippone, but
he got hit immediately.
Well, running into one of the white jerseys to boot didn't help out much. Took a little momentum away, you know. So Hand needs to try to get some rhythm going here. We're just not able to get a good rhythm movement.
Well, that's a good defensive team they're playing here tonight.
It really is.
Gained about 1.5 yards on that completed pass. They got Eckenrode and who's the other one? Philippone to the near side. And a run up the middle by quarterback Punzelt. Still going near a first down.
Yeah, he's going to be within about 1 yard or so.
Ball carried by Punzelt, brought down by Mannion.
I don't think he had any intention at any point of passing that ball. That was a design play all the way to take it, make a little delay, go right up center with it. Worked pretty well.
3rd and 1. And we're in the 4th quarter now.
Look at right up tight.
This is a
Belmont nailed. Jeez.
Coming around to this side is Belmont, and he stopped short of the first down. That'll bring up 4th down.
Man alive. That is some kind of tough defense down there. Now, one of the co-captains for Shelton is this kid Mannion, who's the fullback. Fullback as well as a linebacker, and he's been making a bunch of tackles. I don't know if you've noticed it tonight. That was one of his right there.
And Punzelt calls a timeout, Hand's timeout with 10:28 left in the game, and a 4th down play coming up. We'll take. Looks like it, doesn't it?
Very interesting.
There's a 4th down play coming up, and Hand shows no indication of punting.
4th down, deep in their own territory, boy. This is a gutsy call. But Hand has to do something. They're behind 14-0.
Boy, look at the defense.
Wow, it's right
11
there.
guys stacked in the middle there. Looks like there's about 20 of them there.
Gonna be everything in the box.
And Punzelt goes forward.
I don't know.
He ball has to get to the line of the 30, doesn't he?
It does.
Let's see where they spot that.
I mean, it's got to because
That's going to be very close.
Started on the 20. It only had to touch the nose to it. And
Boy, it just barely touched the 30-yard line. And the Shelton coaches
don't
like the eyesight of the referees on that one.
Because they're looking through the black jersey to see where the ball's. Naturally, they don't like it, you know. On the other hand, looking from the other direction, I thought it was a perfectly well-placed ball. Matter of fact, it may have even been conservative at that.
First down at the 30. That was a gutsy call. But you got to make something happen here. You can't just play conservative. Punzel looking to throw. There's a man open over on the far side.
Make some moves. Out of bounds.
Pushed out of bounds. That's second road.
Jungle Jim does a good job. Jungle Jim is almost a juggling Jim that time, but it still counts. Good job. Another first down. Moves it down a little bit more.
Now, that was a good-looking pass play. He was open on that pass.
Yeah, and came down just far enough to get in behind the linebackers in front of the safeties and get a nice gainer on that.
And Punzel's operating out of shotgun almost every play now. Straight back. Now he's going to look for a little room to run. Not much. He's treated rudely right at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah,
there.
he was kind of met a little harshly on that one.
Second and 9 for him. From their own 44.
Some sort of food is wafting over here from the concession stand.
It's that chili, Frank.
The chili smells more like sauerkraut to me. But maybe it's sauerkraut flavored chili.
Second and 9.
Maybe from South Germany with that sauerkraut, you know.
Punzel's going to run again, and he's going to try to get it himself. Gains of a good 5 yards.
Well, the lineup was very much, again, 4 receivers, kind of spread the defense a bit, and he just took it quickly and just ran off left tackle.
Maslewski goes off the field. He's been playing a lot on offense, I noticed. Of course, he's been playing defense all year. That's Philippone in motion. They're loading up the right side. Belmont is blocking for Punzel.
He can make a move. He can make it the first down.
Dragged down, but he gets the first down first. Clear down to the 45.
Beautiful block was thrown by Belmont that time.
Belmont did a good job of protecting his quarterback.
What he did is the man that was coming in around the end for Shelton, Belmont was able to pick him off and drive him hard over towards the sidelines and gave a seam for Punzel, the tank, to move forward.
Yeah, he kicked him out wide, didn't he?
He really did.
First down hand. Ball at the 45. Punzel straight back, looking to throw across the middle. There's his man, complete pass. Philippone's
going to take it in.
Heading for the end zone.
Through the smoke.
Kevin Philippone scores for him.
Beautiful job.
Nice catch and a beautiful run after the catch.
Good protection for Punzel. He was able to throw that bomb out there, and Philippone protected it almost like a basketball box out. And look at that smoke coming off the field down there, the fog. Nicely done. Now we'll see Steve Pelletier for the first time.
So, Punzel the snapper, Banish the holder, Pelletier the kicker. Good snap, good hold.
Yeah, wow. No good.
No,
wide
good.
left, wide
off to the
right.
Off to the right.
Oh, my goodness.
14-6.
I think that's the first one he's missed this year.
He didn't hit that one quite right.
Nope.
It had a lot of spin on it. So we have 8:04 left in the game, and hand is on the scoreboard.
Very nice to see for the confidence of the young men. It's late in the game with 8 minutes left, but, you know, you like to see that not just for this game, but for future reference as well. But a nicely executed play.
Philippone showed me something on that run after the catch. He shielded the defensive man off very well to make the catch, and then spun away from that man and avoided the last defensive man.
Yeah, Eckenroth did a nice downfield block on that as well. Not a full block, but he disrupted the man from getting down to Philippone. So Jungle Jim doing a good job as well.
Pelletier to kick it off.
Pelletier to kick off for the Tigers. Zarnacki and Norco deep for the Bears.
Fielded at about the 12.
Right to Zarnacki. Nice trip up
there by 38 Davis.
Andy Davis.
I think that was Davis, 38, who made that shoestring tackle.
Hey, he's turning into a multiple talented player out there as a sophomore.
Nothing like getting his first extended bit of play against Shelton. Now the defense needs to shut him down. Shelton will try to make a long drive and eat up a lot of clock.
That's exactly right.
It's a counter going back the other way and tackled in the backfield.
Get him down. Nice job. That's Davis.
That's Davis again. Makes a nice play.
You know,
helped out by Banish.
Well, we may be giving Davis a little bit too much airtime out here. My goodness.
We'll mention his name a lot if he makes plays like that all the time.
Yeah, I'll tell you. He's going to be number one on the charts. Replay that name. Learn how to spell that name. Isn't that what they say sometimes? Davis. That's with a capital D, I think. All right, nice job.
Stopped that for about a 7-yard loss. Let's hand it up to the first man through, and a big hole.
Get him. All right.
Finally cut down, but big run.
Boy, that made up about 12, 13-yard gainer on that. So it's going to be 3rd and 5. So you'd still like to be able to see Hand try to cause a turnover of some sort.
They need to stop this play to get the ball back.
Yeah,
they got their good running back here is a split wide.
No, they're going to go.
No, he's in the backfield.
He's still back, and they give it to him.
He's going to carry the ball.
He's coming wide.
And met there by Farmer.
No, it's not
Came
enough.
up from free safety and met him hard. Oh, is there a flag down? Yes, the flag is right there by the ball. Oh, face mask against Hand. That will hurt them because that would have brought up 4th down.
That's the first penalty on Hand in the game.
Is it?
It's not on Hand.
The only one I remember.
What are they doing?
That's a face mask penalty.
Yeah, they're facing it wrong. Inadvertent type.
That hurts because that gives them a 1st down.
Well, that was a shame to have that happen, but it is the first penalty for Hand. That's a good thing.
Keeps the clock rolling. We're at 6.5 minutes left in the game. Shelton is trying to use clock and move it down the field. They're a good running back there. He's getting a bit of a pounding, but he comes up every time.
He seems to be, boy. He seems to be resilient.
And Jim Farmer from free safety comes up to make that tackle. 5-yard gain. Farmer Jim back there has got his uniform a little dirty tonight, hasn't he?
He does as well, yes. We're also getting some other hombres down there. Sully.
That's a draw to the far side. And
man.
Gain a couple.
Son of a gun.
Number 21.
Making it 3rd and 4 for the Bears. From around 37.
This is the
the Shelton Gales, not the Shelton Zarnacki. Are you sure? That boy plays more than
3rd down now and a long 3. Shelton takes a timeout before the plays run.
Wow.
Got a break in the action. Third down and 3.
3rd and 2 for the Bears.
Ball to 47. And that's Zarnecki.
Oh, no.
Going this way, got room to run. Down the sideline, knocked
First
out of bounds.
down. He's just able to break them. He just has that knack to do it.
33-yard line. 1st and 10, Shelton.
You know, it's interesting. He's one of those players that is just going to be stellar here, but if he wants to play in college, it'll be a Division III level, but he is really good at what he does.
You know, he reminds me quite a bit of the good running back that Cheshire had several years ago, the kid that played at UConn for a while,
De La Salva, yeah.
Yeah, he just kind of cruises along and then turns it in high gear. Picks up blocks and turns it on. And he's going to take it every time. He's met by Maslewski, but a gain of about 3 or 4. Ball to 31.
Really need to try to stop him. You can't afford another touchdown if you can help it. But there's a lot of momentum that Shelton has.
Hans defense has been out there a long time.
It really is. Time of possession.
Hand it to the tailback every play. He's going to cut back and take it near the 25.
It's going to be close for another first
24.
down. Boy, that's close.
First down.
Yeah. Boy, this is rough.
Chain gang's coming in, but the referee's already signaled a first down.
Right. Over on the side, they were a little asleep with it.
Where's that ball? About the 24, 23?
Just about.
And we have 4.5 minutes left in the game. Hand is trailing 14-6. And Shelton's controlling the ball and moving it right now.
Taking one out of the hand page book is this particular drive.
Yeah. Well, that penalty really helped him.
Yeah, it really did.
And handed off to the first man through, and he breaks it through and still going. And he's finally knocked down at about the 2. Got a different ball carrier that time.
Yep.
Federico saved a touchdown, but it's first and goal to 2.
From the hand 1 yard line.
They'll just pound it at hand for 4 tries if need be here.
Yeah, all this is going to do is just use up more clock.
They've got a wishbone formation. That's a power running formation. Usually they do a cutback. They're just going to bring them all to the right and into the end zone, standing up.
Second touchdown. Making the score second,
20-6.
Well, like I say, it was almost inevitable that one. They were so close. Haven't been able to really put they have been able to put good defensive stops on them, but when that momentum is going, for almost any team, it's hard to stop like that. Particularly, like you say, in the 4th period, when you've been on the field an awful long time.
There's a conversion try. It's up and looks good from here. It is good. 21-6.
Well, we were saying in the car we're coming over here, Kent, that Han would absolutely have to bring their A game. There's no question about it. Whenever you're playing Shelton, they never have down years. But having 4 starters not out there 2 by injury and 2 of them by discipline, doesn't help whatsoever. It's a shame. Maybe if the 2 disciplined young men were on the field, we would have changed the momentum a little bit, changed the play calling, and might have made the whole situation a little different. So I hope for any young people out there, you've got a responsibility when you're playing a sport to uphold the rules of the team, because you're letting all the teammates down when that doesn't happen.
And I'm fully in favor of what Steve Philippone has done. It doesn't matter who the player is. You got to live by his rules, or you sit for a game or two.
Absolutely.
Here's a run back, a good run back.
Tommy Lee, good job coming back.
Tom Lee takes it clear up to about the 37, 38.
And did set up a pretty good wall for a ways there, but it got dead-ended over in the sidelines. So it's not an impossible task, but it's one that's got to happen relatively quickly here. And of course, Shelton is going to go into a sort of a prevent defense, knowing that he'll go aerial on this.
You got 4 receivers. Punzelt is looking to throw. Punzelt keep it. There's a flag.
That'd be a motion on hand, or no, it's offsides on Shelton.
Yeah, there's a free 5 yards.
Yep, we'll take those 5 yards. All right.
1st and 5 now. Punzelt all the way a quarterback so far, and he's going to keep the ball. Trying to come to this side, shakes a tackle, trying to shake another one, can't get away. Gained 2 or 3 yards.
I don't quite understand that play, but maybe that's to just try to bring people in and cue on him a little bit more, open up the receivers. Hopefully that's the plan.
Quick huddle here, almost no huddle. Punzelt looking to throw, now he's being pursued, and he's going to have to unload. Throws it away, incomplete pass.
Shelton has been able to put pretty good pressure on Mark most of the time from one side or the other. Lee, Tony, and Tony, and Sethmo come in, so it's a 2 tight end situation over there, and they're loading it to the right side.
They're trying to get blocking on the right side, aren't they? They're going to run right. That's Lee trying to cut behind it. Blocking, and he's close to a 1st down, but what do we got here?
I don't think he's going to have it. He's going to, again, be about a foot shy, maybe worth the measure. They're giving it. Okay.
Give it to him. 1st down.
All right, it was right there on the angle, apparently. So the 2 tight end set did a good job.
But the time is not in Hand's favor right now. It's running at 2:40 left in the game.
This is like trying to play a game going up.
Incomplete pass. Aim for Philippone. Got a hand on it. Defensive man right on him.
The defensive man did almost a perfect defensive play on that. Philippone did have it in his hands, and the man reached right up as he's tackling him and not punched it out, as far as I could see from that.
2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 for Hand to their own 47-yard line.
Hand has played very tough defense in this game, but their offense has suffered a little bit from the players that they're missing in this game. Punzelt now is almost intercepted.
Wow. Yeah, you're right. Now, the defense has been really almost a surprise this year from the beginning, is how good the defense has been. Certainly letting in 21 points is the most of the season, I believe. But it's an extremely good Shelton team.
3rd and 10. Punzelt throwing to this side. It's caught.
Boy, that may be another first
Very
down.
close to a first down by Philippone right on the near
They may have
sideline.
to bring the measure over from there. They're
They're lining that up a yard short.
about a
looks like.
yard short, yep.
Broadcast pass complete to Philippone for a first correction for a gain of 9. 3rd and 1 for him.
3rd and 1 coming up.
33-yard line.
So at the 44. That's Eric Hansen, number 33, is in the backfield. And it's handed out to Belmont. Pitch to Belmont. Belmont
Nice.
goes clear to the
Ooh.
35. First down.
Almost able to break that one loose. Nice job by Belmont. Prince Albert.
9 on the play. 1st and 10 hand to the Shelton 35.
Hansen was leading a blocking for Belmont. They're a good run.
Yeah, he kicked out the
Funzel rolling
linebacker.
right now. He's throwing. Throws it
Oh,
into the
man.
ground.
Pass is incomplete.
Aiming for Schweitzer.
10 for him to the Shelton 35.
under 2 minutes to play. Hans' drive is doing fairly well at the moment, but
2nd and 10.
it's a challenge on every play.
I guess that wasn't Schweitzer he was aiming at. It was 14. Lutz. Mike Lutz. Lutz and Eckenroder on the far side. Philippone and Schweitzer on the near side. Looking down the middle, and finally he unloads
No,
it.
already blown down.
I think a whistle had blown. That ball was intercepted, but it had been blown dead before Funzel could get it off.
6-yard loss.
How about that one, huh?
Yeah, the clock is rolling, Frank. We're down inside of a minute and a half.
And it's a 3rd and about 15 yards.
Funzel straight back, looking the field over. Now he's going up the middle, and there's a flag. Flag thrown in Hands backfield.
It's going to be a spot foul by the way he
That's
laid
a
it
holding
down.
call
yeah.
against Hands.
That hurts. The spot of the foul is already about 5 yards deep from the line of scrimmage, and it should go back. There you go. All right, so it's going to be 3rd down and
And half a mile.
20.
3rd and 25 for him.
We're coming up to 1 minute left in this game, and Shelton is safely ahead, 21-6. But Hand is trying to put another one on the board. Funzel gets a low snap, and now he zings one to the right. Incomplete pass aimed at Lutz.
Pass is incomplete.
So
Bring up 4th and long.
4th and long.
Number 19, Kevin Philippone. Will make it 4th and 25 for him.
Oh, my. Well, it was an exciting game for 3 quarters and better than that, really.
This is a good team. I don't believe that Shelton has a penalty this game, have they?
Oh, yeah. No, they've
Have
had several,
they?
yeah.
Have they? Okay, I can't
Hands
remember.
had 2, but they had several.
Oh, yeah, they were jumping offside there once, I remember. 4th and very long, and Shelton drops 7 players. And that ought to be a
come
penalty
on.
over there.
Oh, they're saying he couldn't have gotten to it. Well, if you held, you can't get to it.
Eckenroad was wrapped up
Man
by
alive.
a defensive man, but that'll kind of wind up this game. Next week, Hand plays at home against North Haven at Strongfield next Friday night. We got 40 seconds left in this game. I thought the defense played very well tonight, but the offense had a really tough time against this good defense of Shelton's.
Was indeed a battle of the defenses, and Hand just not able to hold against an extremely good offense. And the Shelton defense able to come up with what they needed to do at the right times.
So Shelton goes back, takes a knee. They'll have to run one more, same play, right, Frank?
That's right.
Lost 2 yards. But coming up will be the last play of the game. I don't know. Maybe they don't have to run a play here, Frank.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it was when the whistle was blown dead.
It really doesn't matter.
Yeah. Nobody's going to argue about it no matter what.
It's down to 5 seconds and running. And there's the ball game. So Shelton beats Hand 21-6 in the 5th game of the year. That'll take Hand's record to 4-1.
That's right, 4-1.
So we'll wrap it up from the top of the press box in Derby, where Shelton is just a little bit stronger than Hand tonight. This is Kent Sprague with Frank Tordoff. We got John Woods on the camera, Steve Fust here. And good night from Derby, where the final score is Shelton 21, Hand 6.